Shoutouts to Mastiff Games with Party Planet. We had a few of these game giveaways for you guys over the course of the past few weeks, so very big thanks to David Bruno and Mastiff Games with Party Planet, out now on the Nintendo Switch and also available in the eShop and GameStop. That's Party Planet by Mastiff Games. Thanks for your support. Today's episode's also brought to you by PDP Gaming, bringing you incredible gaming accessories, peripherals, controllers, and much more for PC, Mac, Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo. Visit pdp.com and check out their entire catalog of very cool products. Thanks PDP Gaming, and guys, stay tuned for a really cool giveaway this episode. Make sure you guys hit that like button for the stream. Share the stream as well. We'll be getting going here very soon. All right, and welcome everybody. Hope you're doing well out there in Nintendo Chit Chat land. Welcome, I'm Eddy Ray. This is episode number 5 of Nintendo Chit Chat's Minute Gaming News. Episode 5 already. So we have Oscar, our sponsor, in chat. We got Simon. I saw Trayshawn in there as well. Good to see you guys. Make sure you hit that like button for us. We got a lot of things going on today. In fact, tons more news to cover, surprisingly. Every week we are jam-packed full of news, but a few little announcements to go over with you before we get started with any of the news. We have, of course, our t-shirts available, guys, from tpublic.com. You can search for Nintendo Chit Chat there. They're pretty awesome. Got our big logo on there, Nintendo Chit Chat for the love of gaming, which is on screen right now if you're watching the broadcast live on YouTube. So check out that. Also, this is a broadcast that turns into an audio podcast as well. Available for you on iTunes, Google Play Music, SoundCloud, Player FM. Follow us on one of those platforms and make sure you give us a good rating as well. We appreciate that very much. And of course, we have the winner of our Mastiff Games Party Planet digital, actually this is the retail copy of the game, Jorge Henrique Lana, through our YouTube contest for the Party Planet game won today. So I messaged him earlier, so hopefully he'll return our message so we can ship it out to him tonight or tomorrow and get it to him very quickly. But that's Jorge Henrique Lana won the Mastiff Games Party Planet giveaway. So thanks to David Bruno at Mastiff Games for getting that going for us the past few episodes. We've had Tobias also win a digital code, and Oscar won last week's digital code of Party Planet too. So very big thanks to them. And of course we have PDP Gaming with us as well this episode. On Twitter right now is a very cool, I have one right here actually for you guys. We're giving this one away. This Pixel Pal of Super Mario World Mario. They light up, they're really awesome. This you could possibly win. Go into the description, find a link for this PDP Gaming Pixel Pal giveaway. Go to the tweet, simply like the tweet and retweet it, and you'll be entered in. We're giving this away next Thursday. We'll choose a winner for this one, thanks to PDP Gaming. Stay tuned for lots more stuff, guys, with them as well on these broadcasts. A few more little things for you, too. Don't forget you can give us a sponsor if you like, or Streamlabs donation helps us out a lot. And we'll come back with Samantha in a little bit. So stay tuned, guys. Hit that like button, and let's go. This episode is brought to you by PDP Gaming, bringing you incredible gaming accessories, peripherals, controllers, and much more for the PC, Mac, Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo. Visit pdp.com and check out their entire catalog of products like a Mario & Luigi wired controller, Mario Kart cases for your Switch, a laid-up Nintendo Switch dock cover, and tons more. pdp.com. We thank them for their support. Kirby Battle Royale is now available on the Nintendo 3DS. And thanks to Nintendo, who gave us a copy of the game, you can check out our Let's Play going on the channel right now. In fact, soon we'll be doing online community battles with you guys, yes, you, in online multiplayer matches. In the game, you can battle up to 3 other friends in local or online multiplayer matches. And there are 10 different battle modes to choose from, and some 2D, some 3D, and some all about Kirby being the last one standing, or about finding the most treasure to collect. The game's a great multiplayer experience, and has enough variety for every type of player. That's Kirby Battle Royale on the Nintendo 3DS, and it's available right now. Alright, welcome back, guys. We got a lot of news to cover. So as always, we have our lovely co-host, Samantha Lienhard. Samantha, are you there?
Hi, everyone.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm good.
Very good. Yes, good to talk to you again. Quite a week we had last week, and this week, I guess, kind of surprised us as well, right?
It is packed with news as it was last week, but there were still a lot of announcements.
Right. So we're going to get into all of the announcements with you guys. I think the first thing we should talk about, did these numbers that we have for sales come from the shareholder meeting, or was it from other information?
Yes, I believe it was a shareholder meeting where they released their sales numbers for 2017.
Okay, great. Yeah, I thought so, too. I wasn't quite sure, so I wanted to get you in on that, too. So we have some numbers for you guys to talk about regarding the Switch. Pretty impressive, too. You want to go over those numbers for us, Samantha?
Yeah, the Switch sold 14.86 million units in 2017, so that's pretty good.
That's
I believe
amazing.
they're projecting 15 million for their first year, so they're well on track to reach that.
Wow, yeah, definitely. Great, so those are Switch sales.
Yes.
And then
Super Mario Odyssey was...
Go ahead.
Yes, Super Mario Odyssey was the best-selling Switch title with 9.07 million units sold.
Yeah, that just amazed me. I mean, the attach rate is more than half. I guess it's close to, what, 60% maybe or something like that? That's pretty amazing numbers there for Super Mario Odyssey. And that game just came out in October, so impressive.
Yes.
And we got some more numbers as well?
Yes, well, there's a whole list out there. I didn't list all of them, but the one that I mentioned was that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 also crossed 1 million sales, which is pretty impressive, not only because it's sort of a lesser-known series, but also because it came out in December, so that's a pretty good start.
Yeah, I was thinking that, I'm like, wow, 1 million sales, and it just came out about 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, so that is really impressive. I don't recall the Xenoblade Chronicles X numbers at all, but I'm sure this is probably going to be doing better than that. What do you think?
This is the first one to cross 1 million, although I believe if you add the sales of the original Xenoblade and its 3DS port together, that crosses 1 million.
Okay, right.
But if you consider them separately, this is the first one to cross 1 million.
Okay, very cool. So there's some good numbers for you guys. The Nintendo is doing amazingly well with the Switch and its software too, and you can see that software pushes hardware, and that's what we have the case being here. So we'll see what 2018 has in store for us the rest of the way. But great numbers. Awesome, Samantha. Then moving along in the news article here, I guess you have a few additions here. They announced the paid online service for the Switch will launch in September, but no more details, right?
Because people have been waiting for more details, but all they really said was September. So I guess we still have to wait for another announcement, or maybe a Nintendo Direct or something like that, where they'll give more details on how that will work.
Right, and apparently this is going to be, I guess, launching, I would think, with some kind of system selling software too. A lot of people have been thinking about possibly having a Smash release when the paid service launches too, which they could easily sell a lot of memberships. Yeah, definitely would kind of kickstart it, I think, with Smash. You know, buying a year membership card or whatever, or buying in the eShop for the online service for a year and buying Smash together, or, you know, in addition to Smash would be a good way to sell it. But that's very cool. So September, we got several months to go until we get to September, but we'll see what the next few months take. See what happens in the next few months. Maybe any more information will come about that, and we'll see what happens. But I think the other thing too was there's supposed to be some kind of like retro VC games with online play too. Is that right?
I know there was the thing they were talking about for a while was that you would be able to subscribe and then you would get some retro games each month. But there was some unclear details about whether you'd be able to keep it after that month was up or not. So
yeah, so lots more questions to be answered, I think, after that. Okay, very cool. And then, as you have in our news article here, which you guys can find on NintendoChitChat.com, the Switch is quietly becoming a good home for visual novels. And what's the first one we have listed here?
Well, at least in Japan, they announced that Nekopara is coming out. It's a visual novel. If you're familiar with visual novels, you might have seen some advertisements for it or jokes about it. It's about a character who starts a bakery and is working there with a couple of cat girls.
Cool. So a couple of cat girls in this visual novel. So that might get a few people interested. And this will be out in Japan then later this year. It's also including a new theme song and new episodes too, and some new CG images I see I posted. All right. And also, it's going to be an all ages version, you said, correct?
That they didn't actually say that, but I believe versions released for consoles, visual novels, and even on Steam are always the all ages versions, which means not the 18+ version. So that's almost a guarantee.
Okay, great. We got some people in chat. We got Christina and Anita showing up. Oscar's out there. Our sponsor, Simon. Good to see you guys. Hey, Cliff. Keep chatting away. We got lots of news for you guys to cover tonight. Moving along in the visual novel space, P-Cube is handling the localization of Song of Memories. And what makes Song of Memories special? Anything special about this one?
It sounds like it has a sort of interesting premise. They described it as a romantic visual novel with a dark and sinister underbelly. It seems like the trailer just makes it look like your typical romance visual novel, but apparently it's set at the very beginning of an apocalypse. And it also seems like it has some RPG elements and some rhythm game elements. So that will certainly be a unique one.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like a pretty good mixture mixed into a visual novel. So there you go. It'll be something to look forward to.
And that one's coming west. This is the announcement that P-Cube is handling the localization.
Excellent. But no word on when we could expect that at all?
No, they haven't given a time yet. But it does seem as though it's coming out as retail copies too.
Okay, very cool. So keep an eye on that for you guys out in the chat. If you like visual novels with a little bit of RPG and some rhythm game elements mixed in. All right, so we got some side-scrolling action-adventure games. We have Eterno Blade, which launched on the 3DS in 2014. I actually never heard of this game. Was this a localization? Was this out in North America as well, or just Japan?
North America, I believe I played the demo for when it was on the 3DS.
Okay, well, yeah.
I don't remember a lot about it, but I think I played the demo. But yes, that is out now, in fact. I didn't update the article yet, but that came out yesterday. Okay,
yep, February 1st. And
sequel
then,
that is also supposed to come to the Switch.
Yeah, so I see that. So it's sequel Eterno Blade 2 coming to the Switch. That sounds very cool. So if you guys don't have a Switch, check out the first game. And then you guys with the Switch, check out actually both of them, because you can kind of see, at least in a few videos, of what the game might be about when it comes to the Switch, the second to the sequel. All right, and moving along, we have a card game, and Japan's getting one. And how do you pronounce this? Yeah, last week we had...
I'm not going to attempt this one.
I'll give it a shot, all right? Hototo Gisu Teiran 1553 Ryuko Aitsu. I think.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, so this is a trading card game with simulation and strategy elements. What else is great about this game? Anything else special about it?
Well, it looks like it's based on some historical battles, and it's going to have multiple game modes, so it looks like you can play by yourself, but also looks like there's going to be some sort of online battles against other players.
Well, that's pretty cool. I like the online elements in card video games. So that'd be kind of a cool feature. Let's see if this ever gets to North America. Probably not, but you never know. All right, and then we had, I think THQ announced this. This is the Police 2, correct?
Right. And This is the Police came out not too long ago for the Switch, I believe.
Yeah, I think it came out fall or like maybe November or something like that for the Switch. Okay. All right, so this says it will follow Sheriff Lily Reed as she tries to bring order to the remote northern town called Sharpwood. It's intended to add more strategic elements than the first game, I guess. But
right.
No release
date on this. It seems like they're sort of simulation management games, and this one is going to have some new features to make it more strategic.
Right, yeah, very cool. So no dates for this either, just an announcement, correct?
Right.
Okay, awesome. And then we have Team 17 announced a new beat-em-up called Raging Justice. So who's this being developed by?
A studio called Making Games, which might not mean too much to you, but it was formed by former Rare developers. So if you're a fan of Rare's old games, you might want to take a look at them.
That's really cool. And Raging Justice will be a brutal side-scrolling beat-em-up that gives you the option to arrest your opponents or not. That sounds really interesting. What does it include?
They also said it's going to have a local co-op and also leaderboards,
nice.
So you'll be able to put your scores on the leaderboards.
Okay, that sounds really neat. So if you guys are interested in seeing some of these trailers for some of the announcements as well, go to our NintendoChitChat.com, find the news article, and a lot of these games have embedded trailers that were just released, so check them out on our website. Okay, and aside from Raging Justice, we have 2 point-and-click adventure games coming too. What does the Switch have now? I'm not even sure in this kind of genre of click-and-point adventure. I'm not sure what it has yet, but...
Yeah, there are a few, I think. I can't think. I think we were just talking about a couple recently, in fact.
Yeah, I don't think anything really sticks out to me.
Right now.
Right.
But I think there are a few.
Okay. So what do we have coming here on the Switch? These are ports, correct?
These are both available on Steam now, I believe. I can't remember if they're available on anything else right now. But they both sound pretty weird, a little goofy. One of them is called The Wardrobe, and it's about a skeleton who is trying to save the soul of his old friend from when he was alive. And the other one is called Detective Gallo, and it follows a private detective who is a bird trying to solve the murder of several plants.
Well, these both sound pretty interesting. So if you like point and click kind of relaxed, chill kind of games, these probably are pretty interesting things to look into further as we get more information on them. I think there's a few trailers for these games as well out, or the announcements at least. But very cool. So The Wardrobe and Detective Gallo, point and click adventure. All right, then we have Typo Man. This is a puzzle platformer that was released on other systems, including the Wii U. Didn't even recall that. It's been announced for the Switch. What's Typo Man all about?
Typo Man is a puzzle platformer that kind of, if you're familiar with the game Limbo, it kind of has that look from the trailer. But the key here is that you can change words that you find in the environment, and changing these words and using the letters in them to create different things is how you overcome obstacles and solve puzzles. So it sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I never played it or even heard about it, like I said, on the Wii U. Did you come across it on the Wii U at all?
I think I had the demo downloaded for it at one time, but for whatever reason, I don't think I played it. I think I didn't have my Wii U hooked up to the TV, and I couldn't figure out how to play it on just the gamepad.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think I ever did.
Right, yeah, no problem. So I'll be looking into this. This sounds pretty intriguing, Jimmy. So we have the trailer up on
Sort
the
of a
website.
There was some sort of a limited time indie promotion on the Wii U, wasn't there? Like there was a series of demos, or
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but I think Typo Man was one of them.
Okay, yeah, there was. Most likely was in the case. Okay. And this can be pre-purchased now on the eShop as well. And this is coming out this month, so a few weeks away, later in February. February 22nd it comes
It's
out.
January 22nd.
Cool. Maybe I'll actually get that game and do a little bit of a playing on the channel here. All right, then we have a mobile fishing game called Fishing Star. This is on its way to the Switch. I think we mentioned this maybe last broadcast, or I'm not quite sure.
You know, that one was an aquarium game.
Oh, it was an aquarium game. There we go. I was thinking about fishing and everything, so. But no localization announced for this one yet. But what's Fishing Star? What's the deal with this one?
It's a game where your goal is to just use different types of bait and different types of rods and catch as many fish as you can.
Very cool. All right. Then we have a bigger title coming up for you guys out there, probably interested in fighting games. So we have SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. This was announced during the recent direct we had earlier in January. What's the news on SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy?
Yeah, well, first they had announced, I believe, 3 characters previously, but now they announced a 4th, which is Nakoruru from Samurai Showdown. I don't know if I pronounced her name correctly, but she's going to be on the roster as well. And they released a new trailer, which sort of sets up the story premise for this fighting game.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think the Switch is a great platform for fighting games. So I'm looking forward to more to come to it, and I'll be getting this one. All right, so good to see you guys in chat. We got Daryl out there, we got Simon, we got Corday, we got Frank. Frank says had the voice for radio, but the face for television. I said that, Frank. You didn't say that. Frank says might have the voice for radio, but anyway, moving along, we have Square Enix released a video. This got a lot of publicity too, because it's a pretty big title that people are interested in, about changes made to Project Octopath Traveler, and explain the deal with all of these changes and why they took place and from what they took place from.
Well, after the demo came out for Project Octopath Traveler, and if you haven't tried the demo and you like JRPGs, you should try it because it's a very good demo. But right after the demo came out, they released a survey asking people who had played the demo for their feedback and any changes and any recommendations. So now they've taken that feedback into account, and this was a response to that, talking about some of the changes they've made. For example, in the demo, you could only run if you were holding down B, but now you'll be able to run just by moving the analog stick, and then if you hold down B while doing that, you'll run even faster, but have more random encounters as a result.
Oh, that's a pretty cool little feature and change. I like that. I like how they're listening to fans with the feedback.
Yeah, they've also worked on some changes to make it easier to tell where you can go. And they've added a radar that will point toward exits and I believe any other destinations that you're supposed to be going to. And one thing that if you had any trouble with the bosses and had to replay them, they have added the ability to skip scenes now.
Oh, okay, very nice. That's a lot of changes that they took based on that survey. And see, you guys in chat out there and listening to the podcast too, these surveys are very important. If you're interested in these games, do indeed give your input. It really does help the developers out, what they can make better for the experience for the player. Any news on a new demo coming out, or do you think it'll just be released later this year, I guess?
Yeah, they didn't say anything about a new demo.
I guess they're pretty much set, I would think. Maybe we'll get one before it launches, who knows, but it'd be kind of cool to see the new changes in a new demo available. We'll see. But that's Octopath Traveler, and again, I guess the name is still in work, is that correct?
Right, that's supposedly a working title, although they've been calling it that for so long now, it'll feel strange if they change it.
Exactly, especially with the recent news, with all the changes they just made, and it's still being called this. You think this might have been the turning point to change the name now, but apparently not, so.
Yes.
All right, so now we have Dark Side Detective has a release date, and this is an adventure game that will be out on the Switch February 7th. What's Dark Side Detective?
The Dark Side Detective is an adventure game about a detective who is part of the Dark Side Division, which is the detective division devoted to investigating all sorts of paranormal and supernatural cases.
Very cool. I have a screen up here for those watching the broadcast, and I like the kind of retro pixel kind of style of the game. It looks pretty neat.
And the strange thing is that we almost had an interview about this one. I just realized when I saw the release date, I got in touch with them again because I had sent them interview questions, and I don't think we ever heard back.
Oh, wow. And yeah, the game comes out in 5 days, so...
Yeah, so I sent a message asking if the email had gotten lost. So we'll see.
Well, we'll look forward to this game launching then on the Switch February 7th. I guess this will be in the Switch eShop only at this point. But looks like a pretty intriguing game. So if you guys are interested in these kind of detective type games, do indeed look at this. All right, and then a game we've been talking about for the past, I think, several episodes of our broadcast is Mercenary Saga Chronicles. And what's the latest on this?
Yeah, well, that you can start pre-ordering it now from the eShop if you're interested, with a 10% pre-order discount, and it's coming out on February 8th.
Awesome. So there you go, guys. On the eShop, get a discount if you pre-order. So that's a very good little incentive to do so. We got some more people chatting up here saying I need to play more Switch games on the YouTube channel. I guess I will and do. I will. I guess the 3DS is starting to kind of fade out. Don't worry, guys. I'll be doing a lot more Switch games for you. We have someone, Corday says, who are you talking to? This is Samantha, our writer and editor on NintendoChitChat.com. And I forgot to mention at the top of the episode, everybody, it is Samantha's birthday. So happy birthday to Samantha. Everyone say happy birthday in chat. She is here with us on her birthday. She is working overtime for us. All right, so let's move along then. We have the physical edition for Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap has a release date, which is what?
It's February 13th. I believe we talked about it last week or the week before, and that it was getting a release date sooner, that it would be out in February. But now they've announced that it's February 13th. And the first run of the physical edition will come with a reversible cover, a full color manual, a 12-track CD soundtrack, and a PVC character strap of Wonder Boy's Lizardman form.
That's really cool. We also have a new trailer up on the website too, NintendoChitChat.com. And if you guys are fans of Nicholas, all of the retail physical copies always have little goodies. So, of course, this one does as well. So definitely pick up the retail copy if you can. You get the soundtrack, everything she mentioned here, available inside of the game cart, inside of the game case itself. So February 13th, about a week and a half away for Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap. And everyone's saying happy birthday. We got Cumulative saying happy birthday, Trayshawn saying happy birthday, Anita. And Amethyst saying happy birthday to Samantha. I got Simon saying happy birthday to Samantha. That's awesome. You guys are great for supporting her and us here on the broadcast. All right, so let's move along. As Bayonetta approaches, we got a new overview trailer for, I guess, both games, correct?
Right, yes, it's both games, and the trailer is in Japanese, but you can still take a look if you're interested in seeing them running on the Switch, because that's coming up soon. They'll be out on February 16th.
Awesome, and I think a lot of people were talking about this on some of the forums out there, saying, you know, is this just a port? Is it a remaster or whatever? I think it's just pretty much just a port, but they did, I think, up the resolution and frame rate, I think, a little bit. I'm not quite sure of all the details on that, but I think that was the case.
Right. There are a couple of new additions, though. The two additions that there seem to be are that there's now a local co-op for Tag Climax mode. If you have you need two switches, but on the Wii U, it was only an online mode. But now if you have two switches, you'll be able to play that locally.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And also there is Amiibo support.
And the Amiibo is that for the costumes then?
Yes, it looks like you'll still be able to unlock the Nintendo costumes normally in the game, but if you have the Amiibos, you can scan them right away to unlock the costume immediately. And you also get Halos, which is the currency in the Bayonetta games. You get Halos for scanning Amiibos as well. Awesome. You can scan an Amiibo 32 times a day, I believe it said.
Wow. Really? That's crazy. So this supports, I guess, a bunch of different Amiibo, given that case. With the costumes, I know there was like a Star Fox, Fox McCloud costume. Is that unlocked with the Star Fox Amiibo then, or what?
Yes, I think so. And I think like the Samus costume would be unlocked by the Samus amiibo. And
Okay.
uh,
Because we also have the
they
Bayonetta amiibo that
specifically
came
said
out
that.
as well recently, so
Right.
we have the two versions of that. So I guess I'll be looking on Nintendo's website here to see all of the functionality for it, but that sounds really cool too with amiibo support mixed in. All right. We'll take a break here, guys. We'll come back with Samantha in a moment. We'll be talking more news, including 3DS stuff too, so stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages. This episode of Nintendo Chit Chat Minute Gaming News is also brought to you by Mastiff Games, bringing you Party Planet on the Nintendo Switch, now available in the Nintendo Switch eShop and exclusively through GameStop.com. Take a look at the trailer.
Mastiff. Taeon.
There's a party, and the whole planet is invited. Except these marauding Vikings. Smash their fleet! Total those totems. Chop chop! Run, jump, fly, putt, and blast through 30 fantastic party games, including Hopper Jump, Bounce for the Win, Fruit Invaders, Who Said Fruit Was Good For You, Super Vegan Anaconda, Super Vegan What? And many more. It's good fun for up to 4 players, and it's on Nintendo Switch.
Today's episode is also brought to you by NintendoChitChat.com, for the love of gaming. NintendoChitChat.com is your main community hub and resource for Nintendo fans. Register for free today and gain access to our live chat rooms. Gain access to our forums to post new content and comment on our blog articles too. We have a full blog section for our unique interviews, news articles, and much, much more. We have a full member section, activity feed, achievements, and tons more to explore. NintendoChitChat.com, for the love of gaming. Check it out today and make your free account. And we are back, everybody. Welcome back to the broadcast, episode 5 of Nintendo Chit Chat Minute Gaming News. I'm Eddy Ray from NintendoChitChat.com. We have Samantha, our writer, our editor, our social media extraordinaire here on the line. Welcome back, Samantha.
Hello.
And of course, it's the birthday gal, Samantha. I tried to tie this in with the next announcement, which is, of course, we have some gameplay details were revealed for Galgun 2, which we talked about last week, I think. What are the details for Galgun 2 now?
Revealed that there will be multiple types of requests that you can take that will put you on different types of missions. Some of these will be the regular sort of shooting missions. That is the game's typical gameplay. But there will also be some that are defense missions and others that are search missions.
Very neat. Then we have the mode called Doki Doki. That's really interesting.
Doki Doki mode, where you're going to have to drive out the demons hiding in the characters' bodies, which is going to be as awkward as it sounds.
Yeah, that sounds pretty freaky. So there you go, guys. Galgun 2. Seems really interesting. We have some people in chat. Dank Meme says, the commercials Eddy's playing should be on the Super Bowl Sunday. You guys are crazy. All right, moving along. We have some more news on Valkyria Chronicles 4 was playable at the Taipei Game Show in 2018, and some off-screen gameplay appeared online. Anything learned from the off-screen gameplay at all?
There's nothing in particular that we didn't already know, but it's just if you want to see it in action and see how the combat works and how the game is structured, there's some off-screen gameplay there that you can see from the demo.
Yeah, it looks like the game's coming along really well, so we're looking forward to this. All right, and then we have some news on the game from Kickstarter. This has been talked about This was originally planned for the Wii U as well, I think, back in the day. I think it's coming to the Switch now, finally. But eventually, it's coming. We have a new update on Kickstarter from Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. What's the latest update for this game?
Yeah, this was just a small update, but it's included a video that shows off the crafting system. So it's a short video, but if you want to see that, you can take a look and see the player crafting a few items.
Cool. So Bloodstained Ritual of the Night seems to be coming along pretty well, adding a lot of neat little features and gameplay elements. All right, then we have some news from Koei Tecmo. Another trailer for Attack on Titan 2. And what's this trailer about?
Well, last time we looked at the trailer that showed the daily life segment of the game, but this one shows some of the combat with the battles against the Titans. And they also announced a digital deluxe edition, which is an unusual digital deluxe edition because all it seems to add is extra costumes.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I guess we'll see how this one turns out. So, yeah, digital deluxe edition. Okay.
And they also announced the pre-order bonus costumes as well.
Okay, yeah, so that's within the first 4 weeks of digital purchases. So there you go, guys. If you're interested in that game, this is also coming to retail as well, correct?
I think the retail pre-orders will include the costumes, and then for the digital purchases, as long as you get it within the first 4 weeks, then you'll get the pre-order costumes.
These things
Although it might not be all of the costumes.
Yeah, so I was wondering. Sometimes these things are so confusing between the different versions of like retail and digital, and this bonus and that bonus. It's just really confusing sometimes. But I think you're probably right about most of those, as far as the pre-order bonuses go. All right. Then we have some DLC, of course, which we talked about last week for Pokken Tournament DX. The first wave has come out. What did that introduce into gameplay for everybody out there?
Aegislash as a playable Pokemon, and then Mega Rayquaza and Mimikyu as support characters. And they've released a new trailer showing how Aegislash plays. Awesome.
So I'm curious if you guys out there, if you're still playing Pokken Tournament DX, if you got the Wave 1 DLC or not. I'm bringing this back to the channel, by the way, guys, so we haven't played it for a while, so we're bringing Pokken back, I think, in a couple of weeks. It's actually scheduled right now, so check it out on the channel. All right, moving along from those announcements, we also have an update. This is version 1.0.10, update for Tiny Metal. And what did this update add to the game for Tiny Metal?
Yeah, this update adds 3 new skirmish maps, and it also expands the Metalpedia entry for the hero units, which I think adds some additional story or lore sort of content. And it also just made some tweaks and fixed some bugs and things. And in addition to the patch notes, they actually released a 5-minute video explaining everything that's in this new update. So if you're interested, you can check that out. Yeah,
definitely, guys. Go to our website, NintendoChitChat.com, and look at the news article. Again, all of these are embedded within the article. She does a very good job at organizing everything for us to make it really easy. And I've been wanting to actually play Tiny Metal for a long time, and now with the new patch, it sounds really even better for me to go and do that, because it's in my radar for a long time, but I just haven't had time for it yet. So, all right, so let's go talk about ARMS. We have another update. Is this one of the last updates, or is there going to be more after this? I'm not even sure. Do you know?
I thought they said that the previous one was the last major content update, but I don't know if that means that there'll still be little updates like this or not.
Right. Okay, so we have 5.1 that's now available. And what's been added in the ARMS 5.1 update, Samantha?
Gallery, where you'll be able to unlock some illustrations. It adds some new badges, made some additions to the Party Crash mode, and it also added a tournament mode, which you'll be able to switch to if you're interested in playing matches as a tournament.
Okay, very cool. So ARMS 5.1 is available now. Update your game if it didn't do it already, guys, for ARMS. And we got some more people in chat there. We have Anime, we got Seg, we got Miles the Coder, good to see you. Super Bowser Jr. Gamer, good to see you. Hey, JKW, good to see you as well. Got a full house tonight. Make sure you blast the like button for the live stream. And as we continue, we have some Nintendo 3DS news finally. As you can see, the Switch stuff is taking the bigger portion of the article here. As we get into the kind of ending here, I would think maybe the final big year for 3DS, but we'll see. So we have, according to Nintendo, they still intend to support 3DS as well alongside the Switch. and that came out, I think, from a recent interview or something.
Right.
So it's unclear, though, whether we'll see, I guess, first-party games or not from Nintendo. Any other word on that, Samantha?
The way it was worded, you could kind of take it either way, because they said they're going to support the 3DS and that their focus is on developing new software. But I wasn't sure from the way it was phrased, that could either mean focusing on new software for the 3DS or focusing on new software for the Switch, but we're still supporting the 3DS. So I could see that.
Yeah, for sure. I think another note in the interview clip, or the little snippet that I saw, was that Nintendo kind of sees the 3DS being like an entry-level platform. It's, you know, inexpensive, it's cheap, it's great for kids to get into, to their first video game console, and eventually hopefully get the Switch for them as well. But 3DS is a great little platform for them to get into, being given the price and the big library of software, including DS games too for it.
Yes.
All right, so we have the demo, which just launched on the 3DS eShop for Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology, and this can be downloaded now, as well as some 3DS themes for the game too. And what other information do we have for this game, Samantha?
Well, first of all, if you play the demo, you'll be able to transfer your save data from the demo to the full game. So if you're interested, there's no reason not to try it. But then they also announced the DLC, which has stirred up some controversy.
I see, that's like 3 paragraphs long.
They've announced 3 waves of DLC, which there's some story events and there's some helpful items, but there's also the one that seems to really be bothering people, is that the classic art pack will be DLC for $2.49, and a lot of people dislike the new art, but if you want the old art, you can pay $2.49 for it.
It's interesting. They should just include the classic art, I think, as a bonus in the game. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
so
actually
that's
previewed the game.
Controversy.
Yeah, I've actually previewed the game on the channel. There's a 2-hour prologue, basically, of this game right now on the channel, guys. So check it out after we're done here tonight. There's new voiceovers, new character art, as mentioned before. It's a great game. I never played it on the DS, so here's my first time kind of going through it blindly. But this game is coming out, I think, February 13th as well.
Right.
So
yeah, the first round of DLC is out on the same day.
Okay, there you go. And then I think it's February 16th for Europe. So take a look, guys, at our article here for this game. Some news. All the DLC is listed here with dates and prices as well. And plus, check out the YouTube preview we have for Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology. There's also a special edition coming out too, which you can get on Amazon, I think, and a few other sites. And I think Atlas has a video posted on YouTube of an unboxing of it too, so check that out as well. All right, and then we have some mobile news, which came from this Nintendo shareholder investor meeting, and we have some pretty cool announcements for you guys to talk about. I'm interested in chat too, what the kind of what they're talking about and what they're thinking about when we heard Mario Kart Tour being announced. And this is supposed to come out when, Samantha?
Well, they said it's going to be out before the end of the next fiscal year, so they've said sometime before March 2019. So that's a wide range. So basically any time this year that could come out.
Right. So Mario Kart Tour, pretty surprise announcement, although we did know that Nintendo would be doing more mobile games and including more mobile games with their bigger franchises. Of course, it's not going to be a fully fledged Mario Kart racer, but any kind of idea of what it might be like as far as gameplay goes? Will it be a 3D racer? Will it be 2D? Or will there be like story things mixed into it too? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, all they did so far was release the logo, so we'll see.
So lots of questions to be answered, I'm sure, the next 6 months to year and a half for Mario Kart Tour. So you guys in chat, let us know what you think about Mario Kart Tour. If you're interested in it, I guess I'm interested in it now, but who knows? We'll have to see what it's about, I think, first before we get too hyped for it. But there you go. All right, and we have movie news, which is really cool to be talking about too. And Nintendo announced a very cool partnership with Illumination Entertainment, and tell us more about this.
Oh yeah, so Nintendo announced that they're going to be working with Illumination Entertainment, which is the animation studio that worked on Despicable Me and Minions, and they're going to create an animated movie based on the Mario series.
That's a great company to go with for sure. I'm a big fan of Illumination Entertainment and the Minions movies and everything, and this is a great way to go. I'm very hyped about this, actually. So no other information was really given, but I would expect maybe a couple, 2 or 3 years. Who knows? Maybe sooner, but it takes a while to make these kind of movies, too. So keep that in mind, everybody. All right, so let us know in the comments below what you think about these big announcements from the investor meeting. And then we'll come back after the break here. I'm going to do a poll as well when we go to break. I want to see what you guys know. If you played Bayonetta before, let me know in the comments, as it's coming to the Switch here in February in about a week or week and a half. Let me know, did you play Bayonetta or not? We'll be doing a poll and chat, so keep that in mind. Yes or no will be your options, because the Switch has a huge base now of new gamers over the Wii U. So let us know, Bayonetta 1 and 2, did you play them? All right, we'll be right back with Samantha after this. Today's episode is brought to you by NintendoReport.com. Fresh gaming news every 20 minutes. When you visit the homepage, you'll find direct information from Nintendo themselves. We source their YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr accounts. Maybe you want even more details? Click on Nintendo Franchise News. Here we source the main franchises for Nintendo directly from the Facebook pages for The Legend of Zelda, Mario Kart, Super Mario, and Splatoon. If you want more Nintendo news, click on Other Nintendo News. Here we source the main media outlets that cover Nintendo. Outlets such as Nintendo Everything, Nintendo Life, Game Explain, Nintendo Today, Nintendo Enthusiast, and more. Again, updated every 20 minutes. And don't forget the NCC feed for NintendoChitChat.com. You'll find the latest details here from our website, directly sourced here, all for you. NintendoReport.com, fresh gaming news every 20 minutes. Today's episode is also brought to you by NintendoChitChat.com, for the love of gaming. NintendoChitChat.com is your main community hub and resource for Nintendo fans. Register for free today and gain access to our live chat rooms. Gain access to our forums to post new content and comment on our blog articles too. We have a full blog section for our unique interviews, news articles, and much, much more. We have a full member section, activity feed, achievements, and tons more to explore. NintendoChitChat.com, for the love of gaming. Check it out today and make your free account. All right, welcome back everybody to Nintendo Chit Chat Minute Gaming News. Eddy Ray back with you, and Samantha too. Welcome back, Samantha.
Thank you.
All right, so looking at the poll here, I saw a lot of votes for 2, which was no, they have not played Bayonetta, so that's kind of...
This is their chance.
Yeah, this is their chance. It actually has me intrigued, because I think this is a great idea for Nintendo to bring these games to the Switch. Plus, we're getting Bayonetta 3 at some point, so 1 and 2. If you guys never played this series before, here's your perfect opportunity. So yeah, most votes. We have 6 votes for no. So I'm very curious. Interesting. All right, guys, thanks for voting there in our Bayonetta poll. All right, so we have a couple things to talk about. Samantha, we have 2 more interviews this week, which is pretty amazing as well. Right. That came through.
For those of you who are looking forward to more horror on the Switch, pay attention, because both of our interviews from this week were horror themed.
Awesome, and I have a screen up here of one of the images they found for Detention, which is a pretty interesting name for kind of a horror game. First of all, what's the game about? And then give us some information about the interview as well if you want to.
Detention is the one, I believe we talked about it briefly last week because it was announced for the Switch, and it is set in 1960s Taiwan.
Awesome, right.
It is set during a martial law period, which is where they got the idea for the atmosphere. And so there's a lot of psychological horror involved in the environment.
Yeah, looking at some of the screens here, I just love the look of this game. It looks really weird. What in the interview kind of stood out for you, Samantha, when you talked to the developers for Detention?
Let's see. Well, they mentioned that it's going to be using lots of sort of folklore and cultural references, I asked them about some of the games that inspired them because the music in the trailer really reminded me of Silent Hill, although sometimes it seems like I say that about every game, every
Right.
horror game that reminds me of Silent Hill. But they mentioned as their inspirations definitely the early Silent Hill games. They also mentioned the early Resident Evils, the Clock Tower games, as well as some newer ones like The Cat Lady, Neverending Nightmares, and Lone Survivor. And I asked them if it was going to be more like a click adventure game or a survival horror game, and they said it's sort of a hybrid of the two.
Oh, wow. Huh. That's really cool. And this is by Red Candle Games, and we have the launch trailer up on the website and the interview here as well. So check out this interview with Samantha interviewing developers of Detention. This looks really interesting. If you love horror, the Switch is a great platform for it, apparently. All right, and then we have the other interview you did this week, and this is a psychological thriller coming to the Switch, and this is called Those Who Remain. And who is developing this?
This is developed by a developer called Camel 101. They had made a previous horror game on Steam called Syndrome.
Okay, I'm sure some of our fans are familiar with that. Great. So what makes this game special, and anything kind of interesting about the interview that you got from this?
Well, one of the main things I wanted to ask them was about the genre, and I was surprised that it's not actually a survival horror game like it looked from the trailer.
Oh, wow.
They said that it's actually a first-person adventure game, and it's there's no combat, but there are it's focused on exploration, and there's going to be some puzzle solving, and it's also going to be choice-driven.
Oh, wow.
There's going to be tagline was the choices were there, you just made the wrong ones. So I wanted to know if that referred to choices that the protagonist made before the story began or choices that the player will make in the game, and they said both.
Very neat. And looking down at the article here, or actually the interview, the lower part of the interview here, maybe halfway through actually, they have some inspirations. Twin Peaks, if you guys are familiar with that, and Stranger Things.
Right.
And also a touch of Silent Hill as well. So the inspirations are there to make a pretty intriguing game from this developer. He says Alan Wake wasn't on his mind when they were designing the game either, so that's interesting. Very cool. I see you have
I'm
here...
not the only one.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I asked them specifically about Alan Wake because of the light and darkness themes that they mentioned. And so they said that everyone says it reminds them of Alan Wake, even though that wasn't one of their inspirations when they started designing it.
Right. Very cool. This game has my attention. So Those Who Remain coming to the Switch eventually. And check out that interview with Samantha interviewing the developers of Those Who Remain on the website right now, nintendochitchat.com. All right, Samantha, we'll take one more quick break. We'll be right back with our last kind of new format, a new segment. Stay tuned, guys. Be right back. This episode is brought to you by PDP Gaming, bringing you incredible gaming accessories, peripherals, controllers, and much more for the PC, Mac, Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo. Visit pdp.com and check out their entire catalog of products like a Mario & Luigi wired controller, Mario Kart cases for your Switch, a laid-up Nintendo Switch dock cover, and tons more. pdp.com. We thank them for their support. Kirby Battle Royale is now available on the Nintendo 3DS. And thanks to Nintendo, who gave us a copy of the game, you can check out our Let's Play going on the channel right now. In fact, soon, we'll be doing online community battles with you guys, yes, you, in online multiplayer matches. In the game, you can battle up to 3 other friends in local or online multiplayer matches. There are 10 different battle modes to choose from, and some 2D, some 3D, and some all about Kirby being the last one standing, or about finding the most treasure to collect. The game's a great multiplayer experience, and has enough variety for every type of player. That's Kirby Battle Royale on the Nintendo 3DS, and it's available right now. All right, welcome back everybody to our last segment of our broadcast with Samantha. And this is kind of a new thing as well. So welcome back, Samantha.
Thanks.
I asked Samantha to do this. We're going to do this every week now, I believe, as well. This is really cool, I think, for the broadcast, the podcast, and for the website, too. This is what we call the Nintendo Time Portal, where we kind of look back over the week and the day of the podcast and seeing kind of memorable moments or games that released this week or this day and talking about them a little bit in chat as well. So what's the first thing that we have listed in our Nintendo Time Portal, Samantha?
Well, the first thing I looked at was some things that happened on January 29th. And in January 29th, 2004, that was when Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Leaf Green were released in Japan. These were the first of the Pokemon Generation remakes.
Awesome. So we actually have some of the box arts up on our website too, and I just happened to see this. This is like really dates my age here. Includes Game Boy Advance wireless adapter, little plug and play for wireless. Didn't have wireless built into the Game Boy Advance either because it's so old. Very cool. Do you guys in chat play these games back in the day or maybe recently? Let us know in the comments and chat. All right, and then we have January 30th coming for some history for the Time Portal. What was on January 30th?
Well, for January 30th, we're going all the way back to 1985 to the release of Ice Climber, which I tend to hear about a lot in relation to Smash Bros.
Right.
So that was when Ice Climber first came out.
Awesome. That came to the Famicom, and we have a little artwork up on that on the screen right now. And a lot of people are hoping to see Ice Climbers back in the next version of Smash on the Switch, because apparently there was like memory limitations, I think, on the Wii that couldn't actually do all of the characters for Ice Climbers to be playable. So
people talking about it.
Yeah. All right, and then we have this is just a crazy one here. This is like meme-orific here with this Hotel Mario. February 1st, released on the CDI, and explain to everyone if they don't know what Hotel Mario was about or what happened with Hotel Mario.
First, 1994, Hotel Mario came out, and this was part of a deal between Nintendo and Philips to make some CDI games, and they had planned several, but this was the only Mario one that ever came out, and it's a puzzle game that is considered to be one of the worst games ever made.
Right. So there's so many memes for it online and things like that, and artwork kind of making fun of the cartoony style. And if you guys go to our Twitter, I actually tweeted an image from the game with Mario and Luigi there for Mushroom Kingdom, kind of advertising our broadcast for tonight. So go check out our Twitter and see the image. It's kind of funny. All right, so Hotel Mario, yeah. There was another CDI game as well. It was supposed to be developed by Nova Logic back in the day, back in the, I guess, 90s or 80s or whatever, for the CDI. It was actually canceled. Never came through, of course. As you mentioned, Hotel Mario was the only game to come out on the system. But I think it was like a sequel or something to Super Mario World, but that was canceled and canned at the time. So I kind of think that was a good thing they canned that one. But this was not canned. This was available. So,
Yes.
Oh my. All right, moving along in our time portal to today, February 2nd. A lot of people in chat earlier during the news were saying, why aren't they mentioning Fire Emblem Heroes? Nobody's talking about Fire Emblem Heroes because we waited for now to talk about it. And go ahead,
Yes,
Samantha.
This is the anniversary of Fire Emblem Heroes coming out last year. The first Fire Emblem mobile game.
Right, and I think this is probably the more successful app so far for Nintendo. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is one of the more successful apps for Nintendo. I'm not sure what the sales are compared to like Super Mario Run or whatever, but they are still updating and giving content to this game. So if you guys in chat are hyped.
All the time.
Yeah, definitely. So you guys are hyped to see this finally. Oh yeah, Fire Emblem Heroes, about time. So there you go, guys. We had it here for you at the very end of our broadcast with some screens for you too. All right, and of course, Animal Crossing fans, we cannot forget about today being, well, what is today? Besides your birthday, Samantha, what is today?
Yes, today is Groundhog Day, and that's one of the events celebrated in the Animal Crossing series. So if you're playing Animal Crossing City Folk, or Animal Crossing New Leaf, you'll be able to play it today for some special Groundhog Day events.
Awesome. So happy Groundhog Day. Happy birthday to Samantha. And before we end the episode, tonight, Samantha, anything you want to plug or mention as well? Go right ahead.
Particular, just that my website link is always in the description, which is probably easier than me saying it and trying to spell it.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, check out our website, NintendoChitChat.com. Check out Samantha as well. She does a lot of work for us with the interviews and the news article every week, organizing everything for us. So, Samantha, thank you so much. And a little programming note, we'll see you on Thursday. I have to work next Friday, so we'll be doing the broadcast 1 day early, apparently. But we still have a lot of news to hopefully talk about. What do you think?
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Cool. Samantha, thank you so much. Take care.
All right, you too.
All right, guys. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Thanks to Party Planet Mastiff Games for their game giveaways over the past 3 or 4 episodes. And thanks to PDP Gaming coming aboard as well. You guys enter this Pixel Pal giveaway right now on Twitter. Description, the link is right in the description. And we have a bunch more stuff to give away in the future episodes, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I'm Eddy Ray for NintendoChitChat.com. See you guys next time.